Good evening, everyone. It is now 7 p.m. I will call the Tuesday, August 15th, 2023 Board of Selectmen meeting to order. All three selectmen are present, and we will begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Make a motion that we approve the Board of Selectmen meeting minutes from August 1st, 2023.
Second.
Okay, motion in a second. Any discussion on these minutes?
Anyone? I had a question to you.
Oh, yes.
Um,
So this is Al Landry, address
Randall Road.
Randall Road. Thank you.
here they are. On the last page, during citizens' comments. Puts Al Landry, Randall Road, recommends publication of the ACO notices and options. Actually, I said, the hell with the state. It's time we challenge them. We either need more time, and of course, this is a waste of time, money, and energy. So we can put it in a local thing. I didn't see one single Norwich bulletin box on my way here, and I'm out as far as ways you can get. So putting it in Norwich bulletin is idiotic. And it's probably an idiotic rule in the first place. The world kept turning without this, but I don't want to say that I recommend publication of the ACO notices and options. I want to put on completely against it and feel that the Board of Selectmen should challenge the state.
Okay, so Dottie, Alice pointed out that he actually said that he wanted us to challenge the state and not do the publication and ACO notices as demanded by state regulation. And Dottie gave us a thumbs up, so she will make that adjustment.
Thank you, Dottie.
Any other adjustments or items to note about the minutes from the last month?
I didn't see anything. I thought they looked good. I read through them earlier.
Good. All right, so all in favor of approving the minutes with the adjustment noted as Al Landry had pointed out, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. And that passes. All right, on to correspondence. There is none. Selectmen comments at this time.
Ken, do you have anything?
No, not really at this time.
The only thing I want to point out, and it's on the agenda for tonight, is the STEEP grant. It occurred to me last week. We had been focusing primarily because we had utilized the STEEP grant for the library roof. In my mind, I was thinking, oh, the public works garage. We only, because that budget was slashed during the budget season from 100,000 to 50,000, we didn't think we had enough money to provide the match to apply for the STEEP grant on the public works facility. But it occurred to me last week that we didn't have enough money for the school track project. So tonight's measure that's on the resolution to apply for the STEEP grant is specifically geared toward the high school track or the school track project. It's a $500,000 ceiling, but it's better than nothing. And the reason that we're able to apply is because in January, the town approved going out for bonding to have the school track replaced. So it was what I had expected would happen. And I'm excited that we're actually applying. It's due on the 18th, and Tira has put it all together in quick fashion, and we'll be applying for that if the board allows us to move forward with that through the resolution tonight. The Public Works is finishing up a lot of, as I said at the last meeting, all the finished work on Fabian Road and Norman Hill Road. Those are the last two roads that they have as far as driveway aprons are concerned. They're continuing to try to keep up with the roadside mowing, as it's been a rainy season. The vegetation is growing like crazy. And yeah, aside from that, couple weeks, school gets back in session and the summer is almost over. So let's all enjoy the next couple weeks before summer is actually over. So that would be all that I have to share.
Yeah, just on the highway garage, it was great. They took advantage of the rain today. They were actually out sweeping out in Quinnebog, which was great. So they didn't have to put water down.
Yeah,
Oh,
So
good,
it
good.
worked
Yeah,
out
yeah.
very well, which was good. And you're right, school is going to be starting, so hopefully the awareness and people are patient because those yellow buses will be out there and the lights will be flashing, not to get,
real soon.
Yeah. so be careful.
Yeah. All right, at this time, we'll open up the floor to citizen comments. Any citizen comments at this time, and we will begin with the virtual audience. Any citizen comments from the virtual audience? Feel free to unmute yourself and state your name and address before speaking. Seeing none, we will move to the live audience. Anybody here in the Cine room that would like to speak, state your name and address and begin to speak. It's a quiet night. Oh, yes.
Rick Schultz, 4 Jersey Lane in East Thompson.
Okay.
I just wanted to say that it's really exciting to see the Mill River project sort of developing, although it's very important that we vote yes on the VAD ordinance. I think that's probably going to be in September. Because without that, we're not moving forward with that project. It's super important for the legacy of this town to continue to develop the area.
Thank you. Any other citizen comments in the Cine room? Virtual audience, one more time. Cine room, one more time. It's a quiet night. All right, we'll move on to agenda item 7, RFP 65 Main Street hazardous materials abatement, selective demolition. The committee has chosen Best Tech of Ellington, Connecticut for a contract price of $189,000. They did decide not to simply scrape and encapsulate the exterior lead paint. They decided to do the larger, fuller scope of the project, just to make sure that there was, as Tara stated, to protect the health and the safety of future users of the facility. That would have saved $26,000 for such a small amount. I would tend to agree. But they're looking for us to approve their recommendation to award the bid. And again, this bid is funded, or this project is funded by the federal government, the U.S. Small Business Administration. So this is no out of pocket, well, not directly from our taxpayers. So it's no town funds, I should say. I hesitate to quote that wrong. So.
I'll make a motion that we accept the recommendation of the committee to award Best Tech Incorporated of Ellington, Connecticut, the contract.
Okay, so Ken has the motion. I will happily second the motion. Any discussion on this topic?
Yeah, I'm glad they're erring on the side of caution. We don't need to have something happen like, with what was going on in Putnam with
Correct.
that mill
Absolutely.
cleanup. over
We've all
there.
learned that.
Absolutely. No, I don't think I have any questions.
All right, without any other discussion, all in favor of approving the recommendation to award the contract for hazardous materials abatement and demolition of 65 Main Street to Best Tech say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right. Oh,
Bids,
I don't have the bids with me.
shame on you.
I know. I thought they were in my sack. Hold on, everybody. I'm running to get the bids for the RFP for the permaculture food forest assessment design services. You guys wanna go open one? We have two. I'm back. We have two RFPs. This is a USDA funded project for the programming. And the permaculture forest that will take place at the back side of 65 Main Street. In the back property. You have 10.
Says the Permaculture Project LLC, Wayne
Who is it from?
Wiseman.
Is that a designer?
It may be 510 West Pecan Street, Carbondale, Illinois.
Regenerative Design Group, Greenfield, Mass.
Okay.
Plus BSC Group, Worcester, Mass. So it's one proposal, okay, the paperwork says, I don't know. Both names,
Mhm.
you're just looking for the names?
Yeah, I think so. And then we'll pass it on to the committee.
Was this RFP run by the Board of Selectmen?
I thought that it was.
I'm sorry, I'm just not
Have to look
remembering it.
back.
I know there was discussions about,
The grant award,
yeah, and the extra property behind,
like
along the river on this
multiple-
side.
multiple occasions.
It's been a topic over the years.
But with the funds in place, we were able to move forward with the proposal. Right, Dottie, did you get both of those bidders?
And not fully, but they will probably be clear on the tape. The first one that Mr. Beausoleil read, excuse me, was Wayne something with a W.
Yeah, Wayne Weissman, the Permaculture Project LLC is the name of his company. And that was out of Carbondale, Illinois.
Okay,
And then the second is Regenerative Design Group, Greenfield, Mass.
also BES.
What's that? BES? Oh, BSC Group Incorporated, Glastonbury, Connecticut.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Moving on to agenda item 9, appointment, John Zamaki, Deputy Emergency Management Director. If we recall, Brian Howell, a longtime Deputy Emergency Management Director, resigned from his position probably about 2 months ago. And we took some applications. Steve and I sat down with all the applicants. John Zamaki is one that we chose. I think he's extremely qualified and will add a lot to the department. So we're looking to approve his appointment.
I'll make that motion.
Second,
Suzanne has the motion, Ken has the second. Any further discussion on this candidate?
your chance to back out, John.
I'm ready.
I think he's
Go
definitely
for it.
fully qualified and I'm excited that he's taking the position.
Yeah,
So
thank
thank you
you.
very much. Absolutely. I think the two of you will work well together too.
And let's just remind those who listen to this or who are in the audience as well, that this is a volunteer position. And they put in both, I know Steve for years has put in hours upon hours of work for the department. And we greatly appreciate the work that's done. So thank you.
Actually, being an amateur radio operator kills two birds with one stone.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I have a lot of
Adds to the
experience in that.
qualifications.
I hope I can help the town out.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's
Thanks, John.
not everyone
still-
wants to volunteer or take on a position with a title that has job responsibilities for no pay. So thank you both.
Yes.
Did we vote?
Nope,
Nope.
not yet.
Okay.
All in favor. We have a motion and a second. All in favor of approving the appointment of John Zamaki to Deputy Director of Emergency Management, say aye. Aye. And that motion passes.
Thanks, John.
All right, resolution to apply for a steep grant. So the resolution, you should have had it in your packet. It's just like we always do.
Yeah.
We're also,
Somewhere.
maybe we can add this to other business. It came to our attention that we also have to opt in. Every 4 years, we have to opt into the steep grant program with the state of Connecticut. It just needs to be designated. So when we get to other business, we can add that. But it just needs to be noted at a Board of Selectmen meeting. But for now, I'm looking for a resolution to allow me to sign off and apply for the steep grant for $500,000 for Thompson Public Schools track and athletic field reconstruction.
You're looking for a motion on
I'm
that?
looking for a motion and
Okay,
then
I'll
we can
make
have
that motion.
discussion.
I'll second it.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion?
This is all part of the requirements in order to apply.
Yep.
Okay.
So,
Without any discussion, all in favor of approving the resolution to apply for the steep grant, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right. We'll have the second part to that during other business. All right, agenda item 11, can be skipped. Do we need a motion to skip that? We already approved this, and I didn't pick up on it when Marie gave me the agenda. We've already approved moving forward to town meeting. There were no adjustments to that flood damage prevention ordinance. So,
Everything was done prior,
okay,
I mean, the adjustments that
Yeah.
we were allowed to do.
okay,
So that's boilerplate and we don't have a choice.
okay. So we can move on to agenda item 12. The VAD ordinance. Tara sent a very detailed listing of some of the comments that came in, Alvin Hill, Jamie Poinatowski, Dick Trudeau, Valerie Clark. She did make a couple of adjustments, mostly aside from taking out the fees and fines. Because that will fall onto the fee and fine schedule for the Board of Selectmen to determine if this ordinance passes. There were some small typographical issues that Alvin Hill had pointed out. And then, let me see, I think there might have been one.
Well, she did make the correction on section 5-6, which is section
Correct.
5 and 6.
Yes, yep,
Uh,
and then
Just the
adding
fees.
chapter 98, section 7-148,
yes,
he had also added,
so she cleaned up those two things.
yes,
Did take out the fee schedule.
Yep.
The ordinance committee has not reviewed this, correct?
Not in detail, the town attorney,
But this never went through the ordinance committee, right?
no,
At the last meeting, they should have gotten a copy of it. From our last meeting on the first.
they did not construct. There was parts of the ordinance that were constructed previously. This was also with the help of our town attorney. He assisted in creating it based on the town of Vernon. And the requirements that the John Gumper, the developer of the 929 mill, what his investors are requiring is a 25-year abatement. And so any of the adjustments are based on that. On achieving that 25-year abatement so that he can actually get multi-millions of dollars from investors to actually move forward with renovation of the mill. We do know that he's also set to do the Belding Mill in Putnam. So, most recently.
I know that based on some of the comments and what we had talked about. Adjustments were made in this,
Correct.
so.
Based on public comment and comments from Dick Trudeau, who sits on the ordinance committee. Al's comments at the last were incorporated as far as the fees and fines, correct? I'm not incorrect with that, right?
No.
I reiterate that this is the only mechanism in order to give Camden Management Corp. The 25-year abatement. I'm gonna make a motion just so that we can continue talking about this, because technically we should have a motion on the floor. I'll make a motion that we approve the BAD ordinance as presented to us tonight. To move to town meeting.
Second,
Okay, motion in a second, all in favor.
well, we were gonna have,
Discussion, sorry,
Yes.
thank you. I missed a step, sorry about that, Ken. Discussion now.
no, I went through this, I looked at all of the comments, I saw what was added. Like I said, our comments
Mhm.
that were incorporated. There was one up in the aquatic area that has nothing to do with this, because it's totally on the other side of town.
Right, the comments, yes.
Yeah, those comments was not gonna do anything, because we're not looking at doing that. This is not what this is for. And based on our history of blight from 2015, when that was going through, we did not want to venture there.
Right,
This is strictly in this area in order to accomplish the corridor and the redevelopment of it.
right.
And I think it does meet the needs.
And I think on one of Valerie Clark's statements about agriculture, pinpointed Black Mare's Farm, which obviously is exempt from the ordinance, not that Black Mare's Farm looks impeccable. But it also, any homesteading farmers
Yes.
would be exempt. I really want to point out that from go, we start realizing tax revenue that we haven't realized in over 10 years, well over 10 years. $26,959 a year will start coming into the town from go. After 5 years, that's a 10-year, that will be 10 years where there's no increase. So I really want the public to understand what this abatement is all about. For 10 years, which is approximately how long it'll take to redevelop the mill. And we will have an agreement in place, just like Vernon did, that designates a specific time for that mill to be completed. And Vernon's is 2025, that their mill is supposed to be completed. We'll have that same projection, and it will be in writing. It will be a legal agreement stating that the mill will be completed in X time. 10 years from the time this all gets executed, we start receiving income that we haven't received, as well as sewer payments that we haven't received for over 10 years. The next 5 years after that, we start receiving approximately $200,000 a year after the 10-year period. 5 years after that, 400,000. Based on a projection of what the mill will be valued at once it's completed. 5 years after that, $600,000 roughly. And then in the 26th year, when its full value is realized, $788,000 in today's dollars. So I think it's just important that it's not. We finally start seeing money from that mill. And that's the most important piece from day one. But this is the only mechanism to which Camden management can actually start the work. So without this mechanism, hey, he'll be developing some mills in Dudley and Putnam, but not Thompson. So I think it's crucial. I think it's a crucial part to Thompson being revitalized. And that's my spiel.
I can't agree more. It's the next step. This is part of the process. This gets done, it gets started, starts finishing off the rest of the corridor. We have the 630 Belding site. We've got 962, which is the old Quinn shirt shop. You know, all the pieces are starting to come into place. And we need to move forward if we want to revitalize this area of town. And hopefully the residents during the town meeting will recognize that and agree with what we're trying to do.
Any other comments or thoughts? Remembering that this all has to go to town meeting no matter what. Okay, all in favor of, if there's no further discussion, all in favor of approving, moving this ordinance to town meeting for the public to decide, say aye.
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 No,
All right, that motion passes. Which leads us to the special town meeting on August 30th, 2023. We initially thought August 29th. But because of timing, it has to be the 30th to give us enough time to get the legal notice in the paper and give us enough time to publish it and have the space that we need in order to, I think it's 5 days notice. So that put us on the 30th. We've checked with the town clerk, we've checked with the registrars, they're both available. Are you both available?
the 30th.
The 30th, yes.
Right now I am.
Well, it's a town meeting, so.
Okay.
We're calling it and hopefully everybody will
Okay.
attend accordingly.
All right,
So we did vote on that. So next thing is special town meeting for the 30th. I'll make a motion to accept the legal notice as presented to have a town meeting on August 30th at 7 p.m. at the library to act on the two ordinances here in the notice.
okay, I'll second that motion.
This is for the two, I'm sorry, I had it, I
This
read
is
it
for
earlier.
the flood damage prevention, which is
Flood, which we have to
requirement.
have-
We need
okay,
that in
right
place
there, I
by
got it.
September
Yep.
7th.
Yep.
And then the second is the VAD structures.
Correct.
So I seconded the motion. Any discussion on moving to special town meeting? All in favor of moving to special town meeting in order to consider and act upon those two resolutions, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, and that motion passes. Other business. I make a motion that we add to other business, opting into the STEEP grant program with the state of Connecticut, Office of Policy and Management.
Second.
Okay, motion in a
I'm
second.
sorry, I didn't realize that was a motion. I would have.
That's okay. So, we were notified by Martin Heft that every 4 years we have to opt in to actually participate in the STEEP grant, which is the Small Town Economic Assistance Program. We have to opt in verbally through a motion at town meeting, not town meeting, at Board of Selectmen meeting every 4 years, and it's come due. So that's why I'm bringing it to the board tonight, so that we have a formal motion to actually opt in, so that we can share that with, Office of Policy and Management for the future. Any other thoughts or discussion on this motion? Okay. All in favor of opting into the STEEP grant program with the Office of Policy and Management, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, and that motion passes. Any other business to bring before the board this evening? All right, I'll open the floor to citizen comments. Agenda item 15, any citizen comments? Starting with the live audience. Yes,
Rick Schultz again, 4 Deserski Lane, East Thompson. I have a question, yes. On something like the VAD ordinance, I understand there's many pages that goes into it. And on an actual vote, I assume this is gonna be like a referendum or something before the town? Am I
No.
correct?
no, just a town meeting vote.
Okay, and how, in what form is it going to be put before? Is it before the town at this town meeting? Is it going to be like a paragraph? Is it going to be like the entire document? Is it?
Generally, we have the entire document available for people to look at.
We'll
to
get
be-
we'll get it up online to make sure it stays up there.
Yeah.
Is there like a short summary that goes before it so that people can understand at a glance what it's really about, what it's saying? And how was that reviewed before it goes out?
I think at this point, because we had the informational session, I mean, we can do a quick synopsis for people to understand. But I think at this meeting, the intention is to potentially have at least the town attorney there to talk about why the VAD ordinance is important
Yeah.
as giving the mechanism needed for the developer.
Yes.
Aside from that, I don't know that we'll definitely be publishing anything that's specific unless the board wishes to do that. So
Okay,
I mean, at the town meeting,
there'll be questions.
there'll be questions probably on a paragraph or a sentence or a word. You know, it's between everybody, we'll try and answer those questions, especially the town attorney,
Mm.
as how that is interpreted.
okay,
And, and if there's any changes or something that could be added or amended, we go through with it there. So, I mean, as far as the flood ordinance,
yes.
that's basically boilerplate.
Can't touch it.
DEP, we can't touch it. This is what they want
Mhm.
in order to qualify.
Okay,
So the VAD is the next step, and that's the most important, because I think we're 7 years into this, right around there now, into the mill project.
That-
Very
that
slow
is-
process.
That is reassuring that it's not just, okay, here's the language, take it or leave it. There's some input, there's some explanation of it before we get down to deciding. Because I think that in previous, especially the referendums, it's been a little bit unclear, at least language wise, what's really being voted on and what the implications of voting yes on one thing versus no on another or something like that is. So it's good that there's some explanation before.
Yeah, and the copies of the ordinances will be available for people to
Okay,
follow along with.
thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Landry.
33 Randall. I got a question about the road that parallels the mill between the mill and the canal,
River Street.
Mhm.
River Street. Okay. Are we gonna end up owning that at any point?
Not to my knowledge.
All right, because I have a concern that needs massive work. The tunnels are collapsing under it.
Mhm.
It's like not just real road surfacing, it's gonna need. I just had some concerns if we were gonna get stuck with that bill. All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Any other citizen comments here in the Cine room? Virtual audience, any citizen comments in the virtual audience? All right, it's kind of quiet meeting. I'll move on to tax refunds, agenda item 16. I make a motion that we refund Ally Financial Vault Trust $186.08, as well as $332.44. Dean R. Boulay, $132.60. Lorraine E. DeVoe, $21.37. Arthur G. Sigmund, $13.60. And I'm gonna mess this name up, Groznia Wojciechowski. That was bad. $1,213.82 for a total of $1,899.91 in tax refunds. Make that motion.
Second.
Okay, motion in a second. Any discussion? All in favor of approving the tax refunds as presented, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. That motion passes. Waiting for the adjournment.
Motion to adjourn.
Ken
Second.
has the motion to adjourn. Suzanne has the second. All in favor of adjournment at 7:36 PM, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, everybody. Have a great night.